Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or much good depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos. Today is Monday, the 18th day of November 2024. I bring this update. Implement the United Nations decision on Kanu in its black letters and spirit. Nigerian government urged. Oh yes, now, Aloy Malcolm, the lead counsel to the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Onyendu Kanu, has urged Bola Tinubu to implement the order of the United Nations Human Rights Council Working Group to release the IPOB leader. Yes, Jimako said that Bola Tinubu should not follow in the footsteps of his predecessor, that's Muhammadu Buhari, who ignored the UN's orders to release Onyendu Kanu. Oh yes, now you will recall that in July 2022, the United Nations Human Rights Council, through landmark opinion issued by its working group, directed Buhari's regime to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Oh yes, the working group asked that Buhari government should accord Onyendu a pathway to compensation, yes, for his abduction and extradition rendition from Kenya to Nigeria DSS Hair. Yes, referring to the order on Kanu's freedom, Ejimako said, the Nigerian government was bound by the directives and orders from the international laws and treaties because of the country's membership. Yes, now in his task statement, quote, Nigeria is duty bound to implement this decision in its black letters and spirit, and it was expected to do so promptly. Nonetheless, it is never too late to act, even as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has for 3.5 years endured the horrendous rigors of a detention that is bereft of any legal justification. End of quote. Yes, now this is what is happening. Yes, the legal team, they're saying that Bola Tinubu government did not need any court order to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Oh yes, say obey the United Nations directive or decision on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You see, when we are talking about the innocence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are not saying it because we are carrying out propaganda or we are sentimental. No, we are saying it based on laws, particularly international laws and even the local laws. Of course, yes, we are talking about law because the human beings in a given society is being governed by the law. And in the total, global village, yes, in the entire world, the laws, treaties, or the protocols, or what we term today as conventions, they're still laws. They are the instruments that unites and coordinates the activities of human beings in the whole world. Yes. So, United Nations Working Group on Human Rights and Arbitrary Detention gave the decision and said, this young man committed no offense to be abducted in Kenya, yes, and extraordinary rendition. Okay? So, there are legal ways of bringing someone back home to a first trial if you feel he has, in one way or the other, committed offense that warrants him to be repatriated. Yes, and they said, you as a government, you bypassed those laws. You bypassed it. You truncated. You negated. You violated it with no recourse. And now, you are detaining him illegally. And so, free him and compensate him. You see, the issue of compensation is there to tell you the the seriousness of the crime committed by the federal government of Nigeria against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Oh yes, they allege that, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed crime against the state. Now you have committed serious crime. Serious crime. That is what the government of Nigeria have done. Serious crime. But what still is the fact that the header, the man who disobeyed or who carried out this abduction and the criminal, or extraordinary rendition, better still, yet he disobeyed this court's directive in Nigeria and as well the UN resolution to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But what we are saying is the fact that the successor, the man that succeeded him, is still, as he said that he will continue from where the man stopped, the header stopped. He is doing it. And that's the problem. He is following the footsteps of the header that disobeyed court order, disobeyed United Nations directive, and all these things. He is following the footsteps of a man who is seen as someone who have no regard for the rule of law. Yes, who has a penchant to disregard international treaties. You are following his footsteps? So that is the surprising aspect of this whole thing. That Bola Tinubu inherited all these flaws, and he's continuing in it. It's quite unfortunate. Yes, regrettable. And so, we are still, saying, the United Nations have said it, and it must be implemented. Oh yes, in its entirety. No court order needed again. The court have given their, the order or their judgment on October 13th, 2022. Yes, the same way. They told the same line with the United Nations Working Group on Human Rights, saying the young man committed no offense. Government, you committed offense. They barred courts in Nigeria from trying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu forthwith. Oh yes, but what are we seeing? He's still being tried by the federal high court, by this other court and that other court. You see, a court of competent jurisdiction said, don't try him again, compensate him. Go to national dailies and apologize to him. Imagine that. They said, go to the national dailies, apologize for what you did to this man. You see, we are fighting a just cause. Yes, for the liberation and freedom of our people. Oh yes, so that is it. That's why we are talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting a just cause, and that's why we also, demand for his freedom. Yes, so his freedom is merited. That's why we say unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because you don't attach any condition to it. Yes, he's an innocent man. So he merited the freedom. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's what we're saying. United Nations have said it. The appeal court in Abuja have said it. Yes, I think a panel of 4 justices of the appeal court said it. And so, you are still keeping him. So what are you looking for? What do you want? You see? So that's what we are saying. Bola Tinubu government, you have the onerous responsibility to adhere to United Nations decision. That is it.